So, you think you're a pro traveler, right? You've got your packing routine down to a fine art. Well, what if I told you that pretty much all the carry-on rules you've memorized are, well, useless now? By 2026, we're looking at a complete overhaul of how we pack, what we can bring, and how airports are going to be watching every single inch of your bag. Okay, get this. You're a master of packing Tetris, right? You can jam a week's worth of stuff into the tiniest little bag. But that exact skill, that super tight, perfectly dense packing, is now the very thing that's going to get your bag flagged for a manual search. I know it sounds totally backward, but we're about to explain exactly why. And what happens if you don't know these new rules? It could hit you right in the wallet. Thanks to all this new automated enforcement, you could be staring down a surprise gate check fee of up to $100 for a bag that was totally fine just a few months ago. The stakes are definitely higher now. Now, here's the really interesting part. The biggest changes have almost nothing to do with your liquids. That's old news. The real game changer is all the new tech. We're talking AI cameras and advanced scanners that's been quietly rolled out across airports. It's completely changing how everything is enforced. This is the key. You have to get this in your head. That friendly gate agent who might, let a slightly overstuffed bag slide, they're not the judge and jury anymore. The new enforcer is a machine, an algorithm that is ruthlessly objective. You're not trying to convince a person, you're just trying to pass a scan. So let's get into the specifics, starting with the first huge rule change, the actual size of your bag. It's no longer about what looks right to a person. It's about what gets measured by technology that, trust me, doesn't miss a thing. That whole mindset of, oh, I can just squish it into the overhead bin is officially dead. The question has totally shifted from a subjective guess to a cold, hard, digital measurement. These new automated frames at the gate scan your bag instantly, and believe me, there is no arguing with the computer. So what are the magic numbers? The standard is a super strict 22 by 14 by 9 inches. And here's the real killer. That measurement now includes everything. The wheels, the handles, even a slightly bulging front pocket. On top of that, airlines are cracking down on weight, with limits between 17 and 22 pounds, and AI cameras are just waiting at the gate to flag any violations. And just to show you how big of a deal this is, a recent study found that over 60% of the most popular carry-on bags you can buy today, they fail this new stricter standard. So there's a really good chance the bag you own right now is already obsolete. Okay, let's switch gears to another area that's tripping up a ton of travelers, your electronics. The new rules around your devices and their batteries aren't just for convenience. They're all about critical flight safety. Here is the 2026 rule you absolutely cannot forget. Power is proof. If an agent asks you to turn on your phone, your laptop, or your tablet, and it's dead, it's immediately treated as a potential security threat. No power means that device is not getting on the plane. It's that simple. Which, of course, brings us to power banks. Security agents do not care about the milliamp hours or mAh printed on your charger. They only care about watt hours or WH. The hard limit is 100 watt hours. So a normal 20,000 mAh power bank, you're fine. That's about 74 WH. But a slightly bigger 30,000 mAh one can push you over the limit, and that means instant confiscation. If you can't do the quick math, you're going to lose it. And there are two more battery rules that are total deal breakers. First, absolutely no loose lithium batteries just rattling around in your bag. They have to be inside a device or a proper case. And second, that fancy smart luggage you bought, it's banned, unless the battery can be removed in seconds. If you can't pop it out right then and there, the whole bag isn't flying. So we've covered the outside of the bag and the batteries. Now let's look inside. Because the way you arrange your stuff is now being judged by advanced CT scanners that have their own, let's call them, biases. A security insider explained it perfectly. When you pack every little thing as tightly as possible, the scanner can't tell what's what. To the machine, your perfectly packed bag is just one giant, dense, unreadable blob. And that is an automatic red flag for a very slow, very manual search. This is what they call an X-ray shadow. When you roll your clothes super tight around your electronics or stuff your shoes full of socks, you create these dense spots that the scanner just can't see through. This is exactly why your perfect packing is now the enemy of a quick trip through security. You're basically telling the machine you might be hiding something. And it's not just density. Some perfectly normal items are now automatic triggers. Any kind of powder over 12 ounces, think protein powder or coffee, is gonna get extra screening. The definition of liquids now includes things like peanut butter and hummus. And oh yeah, bringing fresh fruit on an international flight could get you a surprise $300 fine from agriculture officials. Okay, I know that sounds like a whole lot of new problems. So, what's the solution? How do you actually adapt? Let's walk through the new travel playbook for getting through security without any headaches or expensive surprises. All right, here's your new checklist. 1. Measure your bag at home and do not forget to include the wheels and handles. 2. Weigh it. A cheap luggage scale will save you a world of pain at the gate. 3. Take a picture of the tech specs on your power bank. That's your proof if they question you about the watt hours. 4. Use packing cubes. This is the secret weapon for creating separation and avoiding those x-ray shadows. And 5. Always keep medications in their original pharmacy bottles. So really, the whole game has changed. The goal is no longer to pack efficiently to save space. The new ultimate travel hack is to pack for transparency. You want to make your bag as simple as possible for a machine to read and understand. Leave a little space. Separate your items. Make your bag algorithm friendly. At the end of the day, this is just the new reality of travel. Your carry-on bag isn't just a bag anymore. It's a data point that's being fed into a massive, automated system. So the question you have to ask yourself before your next flight is simple. Is your data optimized to pass?